Welcome back to Introduction to Lincoln Douglas. Again, we're going to find your criterion in this session, and we're going to jump right in. So last time we went over a value, and we helped you find your value. And we did that, if you remember, by going through a thought experiment. We said if someone came up to you and they said, "Why do you think the resolution is true?" We looked at basically we said come up with a sentence in response, and then we looked at that sentence, and just by looking at that sentence, we were able to come up with a value. Now we're going to do the same thing with a criterion. Let's go back to our example answer, our example statement. When in conflict, governments ought to value safety over liberty because it protects the nation. So we realized last time that protecting the nation wasn't the value, but when you say what's the nation, you realize it's the citizens, so protecting the citizens is the value. Let's look for a criterion. So we'll start with a value that we came up with, protecting the citizens. Now, we believe that we should be trying to protect the citizens, and we believe that by affirming the resolution, by saying that government should value safety over liberty, that if governments value safety over liberty when they're in conflict, that'll get to the protection of the citizens. But here's the thing. As the title of your criterion, the way to achieve your value, you can't say, my value is the protection of the citizens, and my criterion is government valuing safety over liberty. That's pretty clunky and pretty long, and you need something snappier. Ask this. If a government valued safety over liberty, is that necessarily going to get us to the protection of the citizens? Probably not. And again, you'd ask this for whatever you're going through with your particular resolution. But you probably need something in between, just the resolution and your value. That's where your criterion comes in. Think about it this way. Ask this. What would the government valuing safety over liberty, or what would the resolution being true lead to? In this case, government valuing safety over liberty would lead to a stronger national security. That's a pretty obvious jump. If the government says, all right, safety is more important than liberty when the two come into conflict, then stronger national security will result. There's your criterion. So that's an example. Here's that basic process generalized so that you can apply it to your situation. Find your value. Then ask, if the resolution was put in place, right, if it was enacted, would that immediately get us to the value? The answer will normally be no. That's okay. Just ask, what would the inaction, what would putting the resolution into place immediately lead to? There's your criterion. Just make sure that your criterion does actually get to your value. Homework for this session is to come up with a criterion to match your value. Go through the process that we used and come up with something that you think is strong. At this point, you can also start researching your value and your criterion. Some good places to look are politicians, philosophers, think tanks. Articles online can be good. Sometimes newspapers run good op-eds on issues like this. So look in those places. Start researching your value and your criterion, what people have said about it, what people think about it, how people defend it or attack it. Next time, we're going to come up with the contentions.